بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, one of the themes of the Quran that we've been looking at and studying in the past few lessons is the divine commandments. And when we think about previous scriptures, you think about the laws given to Moses, peace be upon him, or the divine commandments in previous scriptures, whether it's Prophet Abraham or Jesus, peace be upon him, you start to realize that this is something that is an important part of all of the revealed scriptures, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals commandments that allow us to know how to live in a way that is pleasing to Him. That Allah commands us to pray, He commands us to fast, He commands us to avoid other things that are forbidden, such as taking the life of another human being wrongfully. He commands us to avoid licentiousness and indecency, and so forth. And these are part and parcel of all of the revealed scriptures. And this is a recurring theme and an important part of the Quran, especially the surahs that were revealed in Medina after the Prophet ﷺ had made his migration. And when you're reading Surah Al-Baqarah or Surah Ali Imran or Surah An-Nisa or Al-An'am and onwards, the longer surahs of the Quran, you realize that they are filled with divine commandments, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us commandments and laws related to marriage and divorce, and related to raising orphans and how to treat orphans, related to war and governance and peace and having treaties and so forth, related to business and inheritance and death and so forth. That these commandments are especially important for us to learn and understand. And the place that we can start is really what is known as fard ayn knowledge. All of the most important commandments and understandings as it relates to fiqh, as it relates to what Allah has commanded us to do and commanded us to avoid, as what Allah related to what Allah commands us to believe in and to avoid in terms of misguided beliefs, and the commandments of the heart are all found in what is known as fard ayn knowledge, the knowledge that is a personal obligation upon every Muslim and every believer. But it helps us really be able to connect with the most important commandments. But the more that we seek knowledge, the more that we immerse ourselves in the spiritual path, the more we hope to seek nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His love, the more we have to understand the various commandments so that we have clarity. And although the Quran is a book that is spiritually transformative, that it is meant to really impact us at the deepest essence of our soul, that it is also very practical and gives us very clear commandments that we have to apply in our day-to-day lives. It doesn't mean that when we read the Quran, we interpret those commandments ourselves. We leave that to specialists, but that we will see within the Quran that a major theme and a good portion of the verses that are revealed are dedicated to the halal and haram, dedicated to the commandments and prohibitions, dedicated to living our lives in a way that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those are verses, and that is a type of knowledge that we should dedicate time to seeking and understanding so that we know how to live in a way that's pleasing to Allah. And when we leave this world, we will, inshallah, meet Him with a scale that is full of good deeds and with the requisite knowledge that then helps us to avoid those things that are displeasing to Him. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us in knowledge and to allow us to understand the Quran and to appreciate the wisdom and the beauty and the blessings in all of the commandments and in avoiding all of the prohibitions, and that Allah fills our hearts with light. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين، والحمد لله رب العالمين.